Hello folks, I'm OdinSpack. Welcome to another Let's Replay series. Today, I got for you some Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. Crystal Shards? I'm playing via the Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition disc that came out on the Wii. Very late in its lifetime. Pretty much almost right before the Wii U came out. This was a very late launch title, but it is just a collection of 6 Kirby games. And it has some of Return to Dreamland bonus stages, extra content on there as well. Almost like DLC a bit. Not quite, but it's kind of like that. It's kind of like its own thing. But we're going to be replaying Kirby 64. This is on my set of games to replay because I wasn't satisfied with so many of my original projects looking back on it, and who knows, maybe in the future I won't be satisfied with this either, but at the very least I can say it'll have clean audio and it'll look nice. When I first did this project, I don't need to do it. Do I actually have to do anything in settings? Oh yeah, we have to change. What did I like last time? I think we liked this menu a lot. Yeah, let's go with this menu. Let's keep that for the whole project. But the last time I did this, we had... Nah, I don't need any help. I'm good. I'm pretty sure I hit nope, right? Maybe I hit yes. I don't know. Oh, I hit no to I don't know how to do it. Okay. Anyway, the last time I did this project, I emulated it on Mupin 64, and at the time, it was one of the only Let's Plays of this game that correctly updated the HUD at the bottom with your life and powers. It's funny looking back at that, but everyone was using Project 64 to emulate this, and it just didn't work properly. I'm sure in 2020 that problem has long been solved, but regardless, we're going to solve it all together by just playing this on the, Dream Collection disc, and presumably everything's all good. I think it just runs the Wii version of Kirby. I don't know if you saw at the beginning the N64 logo loading. I think it does that for all of the games, so... No, like all the N64 games on Virtual Console, I should say. I gotta say, it's a bit weird playing this. Been a hot minute. Actually, a couple of months ago, a month or two ago, I don't know how long it is now, MadameWario actually started a project of this. And it's funny, I was looking through my games I wanted to play, and this just seemed the most appealing. And then I realized, after I had picked it, that I was like, oh wait, isn't she like ongoing doing this? And I'm like, screw it, I'm still gonna do it anyway. Because I'm just the worst. I don't know how much of this is gonna be a guide, like the first time I did this. I'm a little more familiar with this game than the first time I played it. I've played it maybe like twice since doing the original project, but enough to remember it, I should say. I'm a lot more familiar with the game now that hopefully I shouldn't have an issue finding any of the shards. No, I thought there was one here already, but no, I remember. I remember what I'm supposed to be doing. A little bit. I remember a little bit what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, so trust me, I already know I need double cutter for a shard in the 3rd level. Oh, it's just an old joke. It's guys, when I put out it was either the first or second video of Kirby 64, I missed a shard during gameplay, and later in the video, I revisit and say what I needed to get it, but people still commented what I needed to get the power, or to get the shard, and it was, it's just one of those things that I just always find really funny about this game, or about that project in particular. I gotta say, like, playing this game, this was like a fan-voted project. Back in the day, I really wanted to play Chrono Trigger, but no one voted for that. I did a bunch of Let's Tries, and I basically gave everyone the decision to choose what they wanted. And of course, at the time, I was mostly known for Nintendo stuff. And I mean, I guess Chrono Trigger, I guess everything I had done at the time had been on Nintendo console anyway. Who am I kidding? But no one wanted to see a boring RPG from me. They wanted to see Kirby. So this was the very first Kirby Let's Play I ever did. It was Kirby 64. I've since done Return to Dreamland, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, and I think all of those projects are good that I don't need to touch those in the future. Maybe Nightmare in Dreamland's one? I honestly don't remember. I don't think it is. I think that one's probably fine as is. I don't really want to revisit Nightmare in Dreamland. It's just a remake of Adventure anyway. So, I don't basically talk nothing about this level that just happened, but we're gonna try to get these cards, of course. So we're not getting it. We're getting this green star instead. I haven't really touched on anything about this game, but it has collectibles, and you get them, and that's really it. There's not a whole lot more to say. This game has a really good music, I gotta say. One of the better Kirby soundtracks for sure. It's a very unique Kirby game. It's almost nothing like most Kirby games, really. It has your powers. You know, you can absorb enemies, and you get one power mostly for each of the decisions you have, but you also mix them, which basically just gives you another power. People really like go nuts over like the ability mixing this game, but really there's just a set amount of powers in this game that each do a different thing. I'm sorry if I broke your like childhood memories of like, oh my god, the power mixing was so cool. You took fire and rock and you became a volcano. Isn't that really neat? It's like, yeah, it's cool that that's a thing, but it's also still just one of the powers in the game. I really like the power mixing later in games, where it just adds onto your moveset. Kirby Star Allies, by the way, Star Allies, which I've been thinking that might be a fun Let's Play to do in the future. Maybe once I give it another playthrough, a little more familiar with it. I really liked how the power mixing worked in that, because you'd have like the sword ability, and then you could either like hit it up with fire or wind or ice, like a whole bunch of different options, and your moveset, it would stay the same, but it would have different elemental effects that would change like the hitboxes and make it look all flashy. Some of the moves change entirely. I think that power mixing is honestly what I like a lot more. Like this one, you know, you go ice and bomb, and then you turn into a snowman that explodes, which is like cool and everything, you know, especially because it's a snowman. It's a good pun. Oh, I froze that guy. Alright. I'm pretty sure I haven't missed anything at this point. It's funny, I'm playing through this, I'm kind of remembering like, oh yeah, this is where this is where this thing is. I got a pretty good hunch. This Kirby also introduced not being able to fly forever, which I'm glad has never been included in like any other Kirby game, to my knowledge, because it is the absolute worst. It is one of my least favorite things about this game, for sure. I do not like it at all. I know some of the puzzles revolve around that to get some of the crystal shards, but it's just not really my cup of tea. So I don't have any power-ups. It's kind of cool in this game. You can hold enemies above your head, and some of them do certain things when you're holding them, which is neat. It's a feature that I think gets overlooked a lot. Not every enemy has an ability like that, but it's almost like having extra abilities. I think that's one of the things that gets overlooked about this game a lot, is you can do that. Alright, well, we're at the next boss. It's kind of weird. The beginning of this game, you know, you find all your little helper friends. You know, here's Adeline. I didn't really talk about Waddle Doo earlier. Or Waddle Dee. He was Waddle Doo, I guess. Not really, but... You know, you do these little boss fights at the beginning, and every stage kind of ends like this. But then, like, that's it. Like, there's no other stages like this. There's boss stages, which, fine and dandy, but there's nothing else like this. No real cutscenes, really, besides, like, in between, I think, each world. It's just really strange that they just decided to do away with that. Alright, I don't know if having no power for this is ideal. There's a Bronto Bird. I kind of know some of the Kirby enemy names now. I don't know if that's anything. I think this is just some nightmare spider spawn thing. And this thing's censored. That's what it looks like, right? Or maybe it's just supposed to be really pixelated, like some like NES enemy. I don't know. Oh, that's not anything. What if we got a power out of that? Alright. And then there's some, like, I think it's like a Dreamland 3 boss. I'm not very familiar with Dreamland 3. I've never beaten it. I've never been able to get into it. I've tried, but it's just not for me. I just don't like it that much. But who knows? Maybe one day in the future I'll get into it and we'll see a Let's Play of that as well. I do really like the Kirby series. Most of the games in it, I would say I've played and enjoyed. But some games just don't really do it for me. This game here, honestly, if I'm being honest, this is probably one of my least favorite Kirby games I've played. And I know that, I don't know, maybe that sounds like crazy to say something like that. But I don't know, it's just so much different. Like, it's like a completely different game altogether, which I know that's why a lot of people do like it, because it is so much different than another Kirby game. So, you know, if they don't like other Kirby games, but they like this one, well, there's a reason for that. It's because this one's just, it's so much more out there than the original. Or than the original style, as they say, the classic Kirby style. It took a while before they made another new Kirby game in that style after this game. I think the first one was it like Amazing Mirror, I think, on the Game Boy Advance? Was the next, like, classic Kirby game, I want to say. I mean, I think Nightmare Dreamland came first, but that's a remake, so I'm kind of not counting that. I mean, I guess you can, but it's a remake. It doesn't count. HD remake. It doesn't count as a new game. Amazing Mirror was just like, hey, we have these assets, let's do this. You know what that reminds me a lot of is Blaster Master Zero was kind of like a reimagining of the original game, but then Zero 2 is like, hey, we got this sweet engine, let's do something with it. And the second game was pretty awesome too. Alright, so I don't know if you know what's happening right now, but we're rescuing all of our friends right now. This is Day-Day-Day's castle, King DDD. Because, of course, I mean, I don't know, is he a friend? Is he a rival? I know people like to throw that word around a lot. He's a rival. He's a rival to Kirby. In the first game, he's kind of a jerk, right? I don't know if that's really a rival. In the anime, he just definitely wants to kill Kirby. That's entirely different. That's just not the same at all. Anime's something. It's just a show. It's a show that exists. I think is this the first Kirby game where, like, you go in DDD's castle and it's like a level? I'm honestly trying to think, like, is there, like, why do they ever explore this? Look how cool this lobby is. I'd never really appreciate this. You come in here, there's like Mario 64. You got all these doors in here. Man, where's the Kirby 64 3D platformer using DDD's castle as a hub world? Man, this would be sick. Oh my god. I've played this game before, but I never really appreciated this. This is kind of cool. I want to say in Star Allies, DDD's castle is a level. I know you fight him early on, but I don't know if it's a level like this. This is cool. Oh, I don't have double cutter. People are gonna yell at me again. Man. Let's see if we can't get double cutter. By time, oh, we have one cutter here, so I should be able to get two. That way. I mean, I feel like by me prompting this, it's going to happen anyway. People are like, hey, you know, you need double cutter for that. But it'll be like, you know, troll, we're joking, LOL. Or if it's on Twitch, it'd be like LUL. It's kind of, LOL is like transcended. I kind of wish YouTube had like emotes like that. I don't think it does. That would be one of the coolest features they could add. I love Twitch emotes. They need to do that on YouTube. Have they done that? Maybe? I don't think so. Give me that one up. Yeah, Adeline, you know, she's in some of the levels. Draws you some stuff. There's a one up. There's shard number 2. Yeah, this room really really messed with my not my capture card. This room really messed with the emulator. I remember I was using way back when. It was rough. Or it was just at the end with these chains. it didn't show up properly. But honestly, for having one room be like that as opposed to an entire game feature being frozen at the bottom of the screen, I think I made the right choice back in the day to use the emulator that I did. It's kind of funny thinking about when I did that, like looking at my game collection like now as opposed to then. Like, it's so much different. Like, I mean, I didn't have that game back then. I was playing it though. Shh. Now I own it in like a million forms. It's just kind of crazy how things change. It's like, I mean, that was 2009, I believe. I started this in May. I actually had the document up. I have a whole list of games I want to replay, and I talked about this in an update video a while back. It's probably a year ago I talked about this now. Actually, it would have been, because I talked about it before the Mega Man X3 replay had happened, which was the Fun Zero project that I really did enjoy. Okay, so what I don't understand here, maybe King Dedede's theme hadn't really been established as like his like big villain theme, so perhaps that's why that's not playing here. But I feel like if this game was remade in 2020, they would probably be playing the Dedede theme. Yeah, these guys kind of suck if you have powers. If you don't, you have to like absorb their projectiles and stuff, and no one's got time for that. So I'm gonna do this entire world in this part. I mean, the next boss is really easy too. I mean, literally the next level is just a boss, and we have a power, so we're gonna destroy them. And I mean, like, if you guys have ever played a Kirby game, you know who the first boss is. Well, in this case, I guess it was Waddle Doo, but really, the first world boss. Oh wow, I jumped in between all of that stuff. That is deserving of a cry. I think I'm gonna cry. But yeah, it's Wispy Woods. This boss theme, very good. Very good. Music in this game, I feel like that's redundant saying that the music in this game slaps, but it does. We gotta beat all these. I think these are Wispy Juniors. Just kill his kids. Understandably, he's mad. And he's gonna retaliate by throwing apples at us, which you're supposed to use to attack him, but, you know, I got this double cutter here, so I'm gonna mess up his day. Honestly, getting 2 of the apples in a row and throwing them might actually do more damage. But, I'm just gonna go with all reliable here. Again, this is probably how I did it the first time, because, you know, that's how I got that shard in that level, so wouldn't be surprised. I think I know what the next level is, so I'm trying to think if I can maybe have the power ready for the next video, because we're gonna be done after this. But I gotta say, this has been a lot of fun. This has been really easy. I kind of want to try to get back into, like, record a video, edit it that day, upload that video that day, and kind of keeping a pattern like that as opposed to doing a bunch of pre-records. But I'm having a lot of fun playing this, so I'm definitely gonna record episode 2 after this, for sure. That goes without saying that I'm recording the next video, because this has been a heck of a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have been enjoying. I feel like my commentary has been pretty on point this video. I know, like I said, you shouldn't go too long, because then you might start slipping up in a bit. But I'm gonna record the next part. I think that'd be pretty good. We're 20 minutes here. It might be a little less than that. I know I had some hiccups when I started this. I will try to do the entirety of the next world in the next part, but from here on out, each world is 1 stage longer, so it's going to take a little bit longer. So anyway, thanks for watching. Next time, we're going to tackle Rockstar. Thanks for watching. I've been OdinSpack. See you next time. Goodbye.